Salute everybody. Thank you for rocking with me. This just got pretty weird. I started doing the whole blog. I'm at work, as you guys already know. I started doing the whole blog, and they started playing all this mystical, magical ass music in the background. It was a lot louder. So I had to scrap that blog, start all over, because now it's a bit lower. You can still hear that shit crazy. Sound like we're in the middle of a fucking one of them ice shows, like Sesame Street on Ice or some shit, Disney on Ice. Anyway, we're gonna talk about this John the Dawn versus Shotty Horror battle from Premier Battles. It's been out a few days. I don't know how many days. Anyway, link is in the description if you want to watch the actual battle. I suggest you do. Again, these blogs, the name of my channel is Battle Rap Opinions, because it's just my opinion on the actual battle. It's always up to you, and you should, no matter who's blogging, no matter what, you should always take the opportunity to go watch a battle yourself. Now, I understand some of the battles we talk about are on pay-per-view and everybody ain't buying the pay-per-view. That's your choice. It's your money. What I'm saying is, for battles that are out there, YouTube, so on and so forth, right? After you watch me or whatever the case, you might want to go check it out for yourself, or maybe you want to watch it yourself, then come back and see what I'm talking about, see if it matches up. You know, it's all about opinions at the end of the day, but, you know, you should always take the initiative to go check it out yourself. Link is in the description. Anyway, I have some of my notes here. Excuse me, because I have wrote this on a bunch of work stuff. So I wrote it wild small, and I gotta really, because it was on work notes. You know what I'm saying? First round. Again, this battle was on Premier Battle Leagues. That's Shotty Horror's league. Salute to John and everybody, but biggest salute to Premier, because after that whole debacle that happened, you know, with the whole Tay-Rock incident with them, you know, we still had Chilla Jones, Mad Flex, Red Flag, Real Deal, somebody else who went and did that battle, but that was supposed to that did that event that got messed up, the Apex card. But then this card got set up, and it was because Shotty was supposed to return against Tay-Rock on that card. So John was actually Shotty Horror's return to battle rap. He hadn't battled in, I think, 3 or 4 years, something like that. So anyway, salute to them for even having our guys go up there. Real Sick was out there. There was a few other guys who was on this card that came from America. So salute to all you guys. Thank you guys for representing us well, but also thank Premier and the people overseas for allowing us back, and you know, and giving us the confidence that we're gonna show up and show out. First round, that don't flop was on John. Excuse me, that don't flop line and the whole situation, him breaking down Shotty Horror's relationship with Don't Flop. He didn't get too intricate. He didn't give you, you know, it wasn't like it was a crazy personal. He was just breaking certain stuff down, like how Don't Flop made Shotty the big name that he is, so on and so forth, and where their current relationship lasts. Again, he didn't get too crazy into details. It's not like he spent the whole round on it. It was a good portion of the round, and I like where he was going with that. Then he did this whole scheme. I saw people on Twitter not necessarily liking it. That's cool. I have my own opinion. I liked it. He did the scheme using all the names of the people on the card. I like the way it was put together. I like the way. Now I saw people, oh, the crowd was dead when he did that scheme. No, in all reality, if you watch this battle, and you should, if you have time, you will notice that John was fighting for reactions that whole time. And I don't necessarily mean like he was begging the crowd or something. I mean, he was going hard with lines, and the crowd wasn't necessarily reacting. I have to be honest. I kind of like that. You guys, if you watch me all the time, know I hate crowds that gas. I hate crowds that talk too much during battles. I hate crowds that want to pull on your shirt and do all this old dumb shit. That wasn't happening in this battle. So I got to hear what John was actually saying. And I will say throughout this battle, it was clear they weren't really reacting to John that much. He had to really fight for it, and the reactions were coming easy for Shotty, you know. But that's home field advantage. That is what it is. John's a professional. He's been down these roads before, and it still came out to be a very good battle. So anyway, I thought John had a really good first round, really good, and, you know, set the tone. Shotty in his first round starts going in on his whole how Tay-Rock is banned from the UK stuff. That John Jones scheme. If you guys watch MMA, UFC, John Bones Jones, that whole scheme that he did about that, it was Shotty who did that. That was dope. That was dope. I also thought it was unique. I don't recall ever hear anybody doing something like that. So I really enjoyed that. I really think this is a close ass round. And honestly, as debatable as it is, I gotta slap by Razor's Edge. I have it 1 point for Shotty Horror. I want to be clear too. I watched this battle 2 times. I might watch it again after this blog, but I watched it 2 times, and the reason why again I had to watch it the second time is because, to be fair to y'all, a lot of this stuff, this was a close battle. This was a close battle. So I had Shotty taking the first round literally by 1 point. John won in that second round, and I thought he went crazy. That arm over the work line was crazy. The multiple choice joint he did was cool. I like that. I like the way he did that this time around. And we haven't heard, well, that I can remember, I haven't heard John use the multiple choice thing in a while. But I like what he did with that one on this time around. Shotty's second round, the twin Russians, Klitschko line. If you don't know who the Klitschko brothers were, they're 2 Russian brothers, Ukrainian I believe, but Russian brothers who were boxers. They were both heavyweight boxers who fought at the same time. They were brothers, and I believe they were both champions at the same time in the heavyweight division. And just another history in case you guys don't know, both these guys were professional boxers and were also doctors in their country. Pretty dope, amazing. Anyway, that was just that had nothing to do with the line. I'm just letting you guys know who they are if you don't know who I'm talking about. But yeah, the twins Russian line, that was crazy from Shotty, man. I really loved that bar. The Coke bars. He had this thing talking about John uses Coke. I don't know. This is news. I've never heard nobody accuse John of doing that. I know there's only one battle rapper who there's no disputing does that shit, and that's quantum physics. Anyway, that whole angle he went with, I'm not sure if that's real. Either way, I like the way he set all that up, but I still think that John took that second round clearly. And to be honest, to tell y'all right now, to me, the only round that was clear was the second round. Again, even though I gave Shotty that first round, it's a debatable round. Second round, I thought it was clear, John. Let's get into the third round. John goes into this whole thing about league ownership and responsibility and so on and so forth. Shotty Horror in his third round talks about John's case. About the case of alleged domestic violence. That's what about the first half, maybe slightly over half, but the first half of his round, that's what it was based on. That dating app shit that he talked about, that was funny. The way he did that whole dating app thing, it went across with the whole domestic violence thing. And then he finished it off talking about a tweet that John allegedly put out, talking about the Holocaust and questioning whether the Holocaust actually happened or not. I don't want to sit here and say I didn't see John denying that he put the tweet out. I do think if he did put that tweet out, that's not cool. It's kind of dumb. But anyway, Shotty Horror is breaking that whole situation down. Here's my thing with this third round. Again, it's a close round. When I first watched this third round, about, I don't know, three quarters of the way, I was like, how can I give this round to Shotty Horror when John beat that case? The case that he's talking about for the alleged domestic violence, John beat the case. So it's like, does any of this shit he say apply? Because if someone, and I don't know what happened, I'm just breaking down what's happening in this battle and what's been public thing. If John John did the things that she said, if he hit her and he beat the case, then how does these bars apply in any way? Like, even though it's put together well, and how he went into the whole dating app thing from that, the transition to it was so dope. But it's like, how can I give him this, man? And this is a close round. But then I'm like, we're talking about the battle here, and so the first time I saw, I gave the third round to Shotty again by 1 point. But then I went back, and when I watched it the second time, it didn't sit right with me. Like, I'm like, I can't give Shotty this round. The whole Holocaust thing he did, that was cool. That's not enough to take that third round when there's not. I understand, we're looking at it from the battle rap perspective. I know you guys are into the entertainment value of it, but I'm gonna look at the facts. And the facts is, none of that stuff can apply if he beat the case. I know I keep repeating that, and I just want you to really, because I already know there's gonna be one or two people, maybe more, who jump in there talking about how can you give John no, it's not real. At this point, it's a fake person, so just can't give it to him, man. No matter how creative what he did was, I can't give it to him. But it was a close round, dope. The other thing in my second watch that made me think overall that John edged this battle is that there was definitely times where Shotty had like some dated material in it. He definitely had some dated material, and that's what made things a lot clearer for me. You know what I'm saying? On the second watch. I think this battle was good. I think it has replay value, and of course, as I said, I think you should go watch it yourself. Salute to Shotty Horror Premier Battles. John. Where are we gonna place when we have these discussions about legacy, so on and so forth? Where are we gonna place John? He's someone I feel deserves way more respect than he gets. But the truth of the matter is I think there are times where people get caught up in dumb shit that happened in the past, or this and this and this, or sometimes John just up against their favorites, and people aren't gonna give. I have people actually tell me multiple times that John didn't beat Rum Nitty, that Rum Nitty took John, and I'm like, I don't know what battle you're watching. I don't know it. Either way, I would love to hear from you guys what you think will be next. Will be a dope battle for John. I know he just had the Jerry West battle where I didn't see it. I don't think much people saw that, actually. Shotty Horror, what's next for him? Is he gonna continue to battle consistently, or is this gonna be a once in a while thing? Either way, I don't think necessarily that people have a problem with that. I'm only asking you to give me your opinion. So get in the comment section, please let me know. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the alert bell. You want all alerts. That's how we rocking over here. You want all alerts. Alright? Hit the like button, comment, all that good stuff you do on every video for everybody else. Show me some love over here. Peace.